What's up, y'all? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm your host, Robert Durden, and today I'm going to be sucker punching Nancy Pelosi right in her dentures. So, if you guys didn't see her response to the Derek Chauvin verdict, you have to watch it, and I'm going to post a link below. You have to see what she said, man. It is the most dystopian Hunger Games shit I've ever seen in our politics. And that's saying a lot, considering Kyrsten Sinema is part of the Senate. And as you guys know, I call her Effie Trinket. So basically what Pelosi ended up doing is she went out and gave a speech after Chauvin got convicted. And she was basically like thanking George Floyd for sacrificing his life for justice. That's like verbatim. She goes, "George Floyd, thank you so much for sacrificing your life on the altar of justice. Thank you so much, George Floyd, for calling out for your mother. Wasn't that just awful, guys, as he called out for his mother? But thank you, George, for giving your life for justice." And I'm sitting here watching this going, I'm going to cringe so hard I'm going to shit myself. This is fucking unwatchable. And she's got her, like, her red blouse on like she's always got. This is something I want to dispel right away, guys. A lot of people will say that these people are just out of touch. They're just old. They're just out of touch with normal people. That's not how old, out of touch people sound. That's how sociopaths sound. This is how a sociopath sounds when they're trying to feign empathy for human life. And you guys need to start realizing that, especially a lot of these higher ups in our politics. 90% of them are sociopaths. There's only a handful of them who I believe actually can really feel human emotions whatsoever. And Nancy Pelosi is definitely a sociopath. And that's why she sounds like this. It has nothing to do with her being out of touch. Joe Biden is out of touch too. He's senile. But he's also like, he doesn't give a shit about poor people at all. He doesn't care about your life at all if you're a poor person. And it really comes out at times like this when they try to fake it. And they can't do it because they've been in their own bubble for so long. And they're sociopaths. They don't give a shit about George Floyd's life. They don't. They don't care about George Floyd. I'll tell you why Nancy Pelosi did this. She wants to make it seem like Derek Chauvin getting what he deserved means that you should just pack up your BLM bags and go home. She wants to paint the picture, and all mainstream media, I imagine, will paint this same picture, that just because Derek Chauvin is going to get prison time, that like the racial disparity in this country and the police brutality problem we have in this country is just solved. So they're going to act like this is, oh, well, good. Job well done. Derek Chauvin went to prison. And then what they'll probably do is back off of their, politicians will back off of any like legislation that would actually fix police brutality, because whenever they're asked about it, they'll just immediately go, well, this justice system does work because Derek Chauvin went to prison, so we really don't need to worry about this anymore. They'll act like it's a victory because they don't want to do legislation that's going to defund the police or, abolish the police. They don't want to do that. So they'll take the martyr that is Derek Chauvin and they'll lay him at the altar of the gods of civil unrest in this country, and they'll say, please don't riot. Please don't riot. We're not going to do anything to fix the problem. And in fact, there was another shooting of a young lady yesterday in Columbus, Ohio. Her name was Micaiah Bryant, and I'll do a separate episode on her later. But this is happening daily, and they're not doing any legislation to fix it. And they'll act like Derek Chauvin is like the answer, like that fixed everything, the fact that he was convicted. So that's why Nancy Pelosi is also talking like this, is that she's also going to try to, as the sociopath that she is, frame this in a way that makes it look like the battle's done, the war's over, we've won the battle against racism, now let's go back to business as usual. So stop talking about these people as if they're humans. They're not. Most of these people, the reason they talk like this shit, the reason they look like Hunger Games people, is because they are like those characters in the movie. They don't give a fuck about anybody other than themselves. And the other elites that they have on their cocktail circuit. They don't give a fuck. Nancy Pelosi doesn't sound like she cares about George Floyd because she doesn't. She doesn't give a shit. She's probably happy that Chauvin got the verdict that he did, so that it actually takes pressure off of the legislators to actually do legislation. Because if he got off, then they would have an enormous amount of pressure on them right now, and there'd probably be cross-country rioting, which would cause that pressure, and they'd actually be forced to do something. So that's why Nancy Pelosi's happy that Derek Chauvin got second-degree murder, takes pressure off her personally to do anything about police brutality. So I'm going to keep punching her in the dentures the more she does this stuff. And keep fighting the good fight out there. I will do another show on the other shooting that happened in Columbus, Ohio, probably sometime later today, guys. I'll see you.